Hmm. What? Press the live button.
You did?
It's happening. Jim's here. What's up, Jim?
Moina?
No. Jim Lichty. Like I'm not sure. Good old Jim. Cheers, Jim. Let's see here. Reconfigure this window here. We are figuring this out on the fly. Cool. We are going to give a little update on the fishing trip because people want to know. So tonight's impromptu late night. It's almost 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Late night stream is presented by Arsenal Fishing, boosted by Powerhouse, and cheers to the dream team. Kevin says, we are the man. I'm the man. Greg, Daniel, what's up? Bob Stevens is here.
Kevin, you're not the only one that thinks Rich is the man.
Yeah.
Because I got to listen to it all afternoon. Every time we drive by somebody's dock, yo, HellaBass! Keep up the videos.
Go to the bait store.
Yeah, go to the bait store. Hey, the guy tried to play it cool. And he was like,
And then he had to finish.
yeah, it was like, what's up with the channel, bro? We've been watching it.
So yeah, we are we got a little sun.
Yeah.
We've been logging some hours. Brendan, the big BBC. I think it'd be his other job by this time tonight.
He should be getting them ones.
Fistful of one bills.
Might have the night off.
TK, you look really happy today. I might have posted a picture of you.
Oh, you did?
in a
smiling
in an Instagram chat. He smiled today.
I did.
So yeah, things went pretty well. TK landed a few minutes early yesterday in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
I picked him up. He probably only had to wait around 20 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
We drove the Slamus through the Terminal 2. It was pretty crowded.
Only one person honked at you?
Only one person honked at me. TK did bring the heat up with them. We hit some traffic, so we stopped at Casey's.
Yeah.
In Cosmos, Minnesota.
I hadn't got the pizza out of the way.
We forgot to stop at a Quick Trip. I forgot that the last Quick Trip was pretty close to Minneapolis when we come out this way. But the TK was going to get a slice of pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Some Jicky Jack got the last slice.
Yeah.
And the lady's like, but wait, 3 minutes. We got a pizza. What kind of pizza was it?
She said it was brisket pizza. Rich was confused. He's like, I don't know about this biscuit pizza, dude. Like, I've never heard of it. Like, nah.
Like, literally, I don't go to Casey's all the time, but I've seen cheese, pepperoni, sausage, and then breakfast in the morning.
So, we tried the brisket.
And she said, it's worth it.
Yeah, she said, it's worth sticking around for. And we're like, all right. So, we got a slice.
Greg says it's only decent.
Who?
Greg Spade says it's decent.
No, dude.
TK, what would you rate it?
I mean, for gas station pizza, I mean,
phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I mean, it was the PigStone of gas station pizza. I mean, it was pretty legit, dude.
Nice. You got the extra large.
I had to get
it. That cup is extra over there. It was. Yeah. It was basically a half gallon of Pepsi.
Well, that was supposed to last me throughout the evening, since it doesn't get dark till midnight here.
Well, it looks like the internet is working here. My little makeshift. I did bring my mic. We're using the laptop camera here. AJ is not snoring in his room. He's not here yet. He's still driving. He's driving back to Nebraska, and he's going to come up tomorrow. So, sounds like AJ might get here for 3-4 hours of fishing tomorrow night.
If he wants to.
Yeah.
He didn't act like he was
It kind of sounded like he was.
Yeah, we might show up and he's like passed out on the couch tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah. He said he wanted to get a frogfish. He did. He got the last check at Winnebago. So he didn't make nationals, but he got check. We'll get into the fishing, Brendan. Settle down. Settle down. So we got to our first Lake X. Lake I'd never been to. Not a real big, probably 200-300 acres.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That might be pushing it.
Kind of a dirty lake, not super deep. It was unique. Had a lot of weird grass in it. I had heard there was smallmouth in it. That's all we caught. It had standing timber. It looked like Truman Lake in a farm field in Minnesota.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we didn't like knock their lights out, but we kind of figured it out by the end of the night. We caught probably 10 or 12.
Yeah, maybe.
Ranging from 11 to 12 inches up to your biggest one's probably close to 3 pounds.
Yeah.
Flipping, flukes, and a little bit of a crankbait and some topwater. Yeah. So it was a little mix. We might go back there. We've heard there's bigger ones out there. We did not unlock the bigger ones, but TK, PB got one.
PB Smalley.
Lake X is in western Minnesota, Bob Stevens. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't like a smash fest, but we put 10 or 12 fish in the boat in 2.5 hours or so. We fished till dark, dark 30, which is pretty late here. Yeah. We were definitely after 9 o'clock before we got off the water. So that was nice. There was a walleye league there. We were the only bass boat on the lake.
You would have thought Hella pulled a spacecraft out of the lake when he pulled up on the raft. They're like, "What is that thing?" He was like,
"Had a boat." The guy fast walked over there. He was like, "Dirt, dirt, dirt."
"Excuse me, sir. What the hell is that?" Like, my bass boat. Yeah. Where'd you get it?
He's like, "That thing is awesome." Like, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So that was fun. We got to the Airbnb at about 10, 15 maybe.
Yeah, just got dark.
Got in. It's pretty nice. I don't know if we're going to give a tour. Clean, comfortable. We got beds. We got a kitchen. We got a grill. Electricity outside. Nice place to park the boat. So, the PB Smalley was probably a touch under 3 pounds. We figured 2.8, 2.9, 2 3/4. We didn't weigh it, but his only main smallmouth he figured closer to 2 pounds.
Probably
so he probably broke his PB 2 or 3 times. Yeah, last night. And that was caught on a fluke.
It was a fluke.
Albino white Zoom super fluke. It was like being 14 all over.
It was. You had to vary your
all bait casters. No spinning rods were harmed last night.
Nope, didn't need them.
Yellow Magic, DT6, super fluke. And what I pitched, I think I caught some on a beaver.
Yeah, I never got a bite on
and some on a chunky D flipping.
They caught 2 doing that.
Yeah. But so that was all over last night. So he's like, "Hey, that's cool. We got a few smallmouth." He 5x'd his lifetime smallmouth total. Got to catch him in a funky lake that was kind of weird. He's like, "I can't believe we're not catching largemouth." And then you'd be like,
"Yeah, it was weird.
Smallmouth, like it looks like a largemouth lake."
I had trouble with the bite because they're little mouths. I wasn't letting them take my fluke long.
He did. So I had one climb over a Gen 3 Vixen, and then I was like, "Throw in there," and he like the fluke, and the fish came up and like he was like, just like whipped it away, like
you gotta let him take it, dude.
So then I threw the Yellow Magic in there and
little mouth,
let him eat it, and like
brown things.
What's up, Trevor? Gator says his PB Smalley is about 1.25 pounds, so it's all right.
Yeah,
no baby bass colored flukes. I don't have a ton of flukes in the boat.
I don't have a baby bass colored anything.
So then we got up. It was light. I think 5:30 is what you set the alarm for.
Yeah,
it's plenty bright at 5:30 already.
It's just weird, dude.
It's like I think we got to Bigstone Ramp at 6:30. We stopped by Casey's again.
Yeah.
The biscuits and gravy were they were awful. Your biscuit sandwich, the biscuit was terrible. The rest of it was good.
The bacon was good.
You thought the breakfast pizza was solid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought my breakfast burrito from Casey's was very good. I should have got some salsa to go with it, but it was good. What's up, JCBQ? Hola. Buenas noches. We didn't bring enough water today.
No. Almost drank from a waterfall.
Yeah.
Spilling out of the earth. I was trying to get my frog hung, so Hella pulled me over there and gave me a little.
He asked if I had a water purifier.
I was like, "Do you have one of those survival water?"
Constituting our urine into water. We underestimated.
Yeah, he's like, "You gonna pee it?" And I was like, "No, I'm gonna dip it in the lake water, dude." He's like, "Oh."
A recipe for a pit stop off the lake. Well, I learned some new things. I learned some new techniques today for that.
What?
Pit stops on the lake.
Hey, you just get in and swim.
Yeah. So TK's move was to get in and swim when he had to make a pit stop.
It was kind of warm.
Refreshed.
Yeah.
We have been catching them Tennessee Bassmaster. We talked about our Friday night. So the morning started slow. We kind of were jumping around. I was looking kind of for like a mid-range offshore reaction bite. Caught a little pike, caught a little.
Oh yeah, we just
caught a couple drum. And then I finally rolled up on a little corner, and I threw a frog up next to a matted on a bush.
Yep.
Two and a quarter, smoked it, and I was like,
"That kind of sent us down a weird little wormhole because that one bit quick, and then you're like, okay,
like that's what the bite. That's what I sold you on this, right? Basically.
And then we did it for a little while, and we didn't get another bite. And you're like, huh? And then we just kind of
hopped.
We got in that one pocket, and then it was like, okay.
We kind of got our. I was telling him we started with the bunch of 1 pound and a quarter to 2 1/4 pounders.
Yeah, they kind of
warmed us up. Got the shoulders, and we caught them on frog and swim worm. What's a swim worm setup? What's a swim worm for the kids at home?
A swim worm is pretty. I always call it just a swimming worm, or I don't even. Is that what I say? So swimming worm? I don't know. Skinny dipper, ultra vibe, anything that you basically have a little weight in front of and you reel is a swimming worm. So I was throwing a what's that Lake Fork thing? Hyper worm.
And then you'd cut it.
And I'd cut the tail and make it an ultra vibe.
Maybe if we go live, we have to bring some baits in.
I could. I probably have
from the pile.
Yeah.
That's right. He doesn't leave his tackle in the
No,
I've got
bring it all.
$8,000 of electronics, $10,000 the rods, and $20 the tackle, and he's bringing his 4 little tackle boxes in because he's worried about.
I like to have him with me.
And we have also TK's having his first Goldie.
Yeah, I didn't know they were
last night.
The state beer of Minnesota.
I told him it's not great beer, but it doesn't get any more Minnesota than a McGolden.
It's a lake can.
Yeah, that's like their special edition. It's more for like wakeboarders and but I don't know.
Those losers.
Yeah.
So one of those.
Talk about your feelings on wakeboard people.
Good.
We've not been rotating between the cull shad. And I have no cull shads.
No, we culled them all because they were the first edition.
Yeah, check your social media.
Yeah,
they're culling the cull shads already.
Yeah, you have to send those back and get the new version. First edition cull shads.
Greenbelt Premium. Well, AJ is bringing some spotted cow, which is not Minnesotan, but maybe if we there's a little watering hole about a block away. Maybe if we're feeling adventurous one of these nights, but I think we should go for one night,
probably,
just to get the full effect.
One of the
refuge bar. Some guy in a golf cart with his little cup of whiskey. He's like, "You guys going to the bar?" It's like hop in the golf cart, let's go.
Yeah, he sat there and he had a hard time making conversation, and it kind of got to like this awkward silence where he was just sitting there kind of looking at us, and we were sitting there and nobody was talking.
Standing in front of the boat.
And he's like, "Y'all been to the bar?" We're like, "No." And he's like, "All right,
you going?" Yeah.
And then I think he went and drove his golf cart up to the bar, and there probably wasn't anybody there, so he came back around and like cruised the strip.
Yeah, we're staying in is it Odessa?
Something like that.
Thriving metropolitan area.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
But let's see.
And what else happened?
See, Jim was throwing that colored frog.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Poppet frog. So yeah,
you just need something to move.
I started getting him on a frog. You were a swimming worm, and then you're like, I need to. So I gave him the frog rod, and I switched to the Spro flapping frog. And the Spro flapping frog mowed him down this morning.
It did good.
Until I broke it off on that one weird fish.
Mm-hmm. What happened to that?
Well, I broke off my good one, and then I was using the old ones where the weights fall off. But
I was trying to figure out how that fish broke you off.
I don't know. I must have just needed to retie.
Oh, that was the one that just came up under it.
Yeah, and because he was like, and it just sat under it, and I twitched it, and I went short, and it just popped off. I don't know. I must have had a bad spot in the braid. Maybe from casting in the rocks or something.
Probably.
Took turns running the ship. Once TK got a taste for the frog, then he was all in.
Yeah, it was fun.
He was like having fun with the swim worm, and then
Well, I thought the bite was tough, so I was like, all right, I'll throttle down and like get bites. And then we started getting bites, and then they started growing on the frog.
I caught like 3-4 pounds.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, dude,
frog.
this is
And I was like, you got to go up front. And he's like, no. I was like, no, you got to go up front. And then we kind of switched back and forth, and you ended up catching some nice ones, and it was a pretty. I mean, we didn't. TK said we needed a clicker.
We probably did.
We caught.
I mean, for
at least 30 on the frog, and then
at least
another 5 or 10 on other crap, maybe a few more. So I mean, we're trying to be conservative. Like it was probably at least a 40 fish day. We had some lulls, but we also had flurries. Yeah, I mean, if you count that one magic tree, we caught like
that was a alpha tree.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on.
I don't know if we're gonna take AJ there or not.
No, I think it had like a spring up under it that the fish were just like swimming from other lakes through this. Like
it's like there was a culvert to a lake, and they were just spilling out from under the tree. I caught my big one. I caught one almost 5 there.
Yeah.
So I got a 4.9 was my big, and I think TK's big was a 5.1, both on frogs. We each caught a couple other 4s, a couple 3-pounder, lots of. I mean, 2-pounders were.
As bad as it sounds, you really just kind of lose count, and you're like, dude, like it's just another one. You just throw them back and go.
And we fished from 6:30 till 8:15.
Yeah.
So it was a solid 14-hour day on the water.
I mean, the last 3 hours, 4 hours.
Yeah, we spent a lot. Like once about 4:30, 5 o'clock, I started going way up north, and the water got super algae and brown and gross. And I was just like, I'd never been up that far, so I was more like scouting because like we had a day. Our best 5 easy went 22, if not 23. We probably culled a 18, 19-pound limit, or at least. So yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, no shortage of bites, no shortage of size. I mean, I don't think you could ask for any other. I mean, better fishing day and frogging.
I told him it was good, but it wasn't PigStone good. I mean, he's like, it's all right. He's like,
what was missing?
I don't know. Like we could have caught more and bigger ones.
We could have caught more than 40. We could have got 50 and had 25.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, that's not that much different.
What's this guy? You better keep your eyes on the road, AJ.
What's up?
We started last night, and we were gonna fish until probably 3-4 o'clock on Monday. So we're putting our time in. I figure we're gonna drop. No jorts today. There is video evidence of the jorts last night.
Oh yeah,
he wore his finest jorts to fly to Minneapolis. It was like his drop the kids off at school, but he had a decent looking shirt and then just the rattiest. He had these bass socks.
I did have socks.
Bass socks. So I off bass socks.
Yeah. So I didn't have to walk barefoot through security. What else?
The passenger. Okay.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, he lost a month. You had a monster pike.
Oh, I did.
On next to the boat. I don't think I got the camera in it, but
no,
30+ incher, and it like came up and just right next to the boat, and then it bit off my tackle.
Yeah, I saw the fish, and he like chased your bait up, and he was still kind of cruising around, and I was like,
he's like, "Will this bite through this 50-pound?"
Yeah, I was like,
"Yeah."
He was like, "Yeah, probably." And he's like, "But it's a worm." I was like, and as soon as he said, "Yeah, probably go for it," and as soon as he did, I like swam that worm by him, and the fish went, "Oh." And I set the hook.
It was an exciting 5-second.
It was, and when I turned his head, and when he came around, he like made a leap for the boat, and I was like, "He's about to jump in the boat." And I started thinking about teeth and like Shark Week, and I was like, seeing these like horror movies where like sailfish jump in the boat and stuff, and like people get impaled. I was like, "Dude, this thing's about to bite my foot off."
So he still does not have a official northern pike to his credit.
No,
that would have been
he sawed me off. Unfortunately,
my two favorite chatterbait trailers imitating bluegill are a Menace Grub and an Arsenal Tactical Minnow. Do you have one?
Not really. I don't care. You saw what I threw on a buzzbait.
Yeah. I think you just like a straight tail worm of some kind.
Anything that's
any cranking. We have not. I caught a few on DT6 last night. I think we might do some more cranking tomorrow. We're gonna try a new lake. We're gonna try to go to Lake Traverse and try to catch some more. We're gonna pile up on this. We need to rest our frog ribs and elbows
for AJ.
For AJ. So we're gonna try to go catch more smallmouth tomorrow. Am I going to get a new Ultrex Quest? Probably not on this boat. I'll probably just ride out the Ultrex, and then if I get a new boat, maybe in another year, then they'll be out for a year.
If they're lighter, I would definitely recommend it.
I don't like. I think they have an improved shock for lifting assist.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, the weeds were caking on the trolling motor. It was a lot of work to lift it up with the extra transducers, but I don't like to be on the bleeding edge of technology. I typically like to wait 6 months to a year. We'll probably be on PigStone for some time on Sunday, I would imagine. Because that'll be AJ's. Yeah. Are you going to be out there, Chase? Are you going to be hunting us down? If you're going, message me on Instagram.
Yeah, just look for the giant flotilla of party barges.
Do you feel that front-facing sonar played a role today?
No, I like if I could have taken it off the whole boat, I would have been.
Well, I did. I took it off the shaft and remember I unscrewed it and got it. It was in the morning. It played a role in catching extra weeds. So I like.
Yeah, I think actually 360 and forward facing sonar hindered our day. I think we
Slowed us down.
probably had a more efficient time fishing had all of that been removed.
So is a frog considered a big bait? Is a spro flapping frog big? There's the weed growth on this lake is really not conducive to throwing big baits. Right? I don't see.
No, there's not even enough. The window's too small.
Yeah, it's
you can't even work it.
What's up, Colby? We're just recapping. Yeah, settle down, Randy. Old Block It Junior over here. I don't know. See the thing. So the frog bite. I guess we could. They were literally. I'm guessing the deepest frogfish we caught was 18 inches, maybe 2 feet.
Yeah, maybe.
But they were like so. There's most of the lake is covered in like scum and weeds to the surface,
and not good ones,
and not good weeds. It's like trash weeds, and there is like a band of open water between like the rocks or overhanging trees and stuff that goes from maybe like a foot or two to maybe like 10 feet in most places. And I would say at least 90% of the fish we caught were caught within.
Yeah, your frame is this. Like whatever you can present to this much area.
I was going to say a foot or two, but
maybe. I mean, it's pretty small.
But a lot of them were like, you throw it up and like your frog like hits the rock, goes like this, and one goes.
Yeah. And it's like 1 or 2 twitches. And, you know, we would work them out, but that didn't even seem to really play that.
I would say like, maybe 1 out of 10 was more than 5 feet from the bank. Yeah.
So if you wanted to throw a glide in that up against a rock,
I'm in the weeds. Yeah. So if you can throw your expensive glide bait this close to a rock without hitting it, and then work it one time,
you could probably catch.
You could probably catch a fish on it,
and then you could drag.
It seems like the most efficient tool by far.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of options. You could Texas rig, you could frog, swim worm,
probably throw a Senko if you wanted to.
I mean, that's basically it.
Yeah, we did see the cull shad getting called. I have done a little bit of saltwater like trolling. I don't enjoy it. I would be interested in doing some flat fishing at some point. Like bone fishing or redfish or something like that would be kind of fun. But the whole like just somebody pulling me around and me reeling the fish in is not my idea of fishing.
Yeah, redfishing's fun. Speckled trout.
Yeah.
Tuna's fun.
I'm going to the Gulf.
Yeah.
In the fall. Is there any inshore fishing that time of year?
Oh yeah, always.
There you go. Maybe.
Always.
Maybe I'll charter Scott Martin's boat and have him take TK and I.
Dude, if you could get on a
big time now
on a spinnerbait bite catching redfish, you'd probably get into that. That would be fun.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. That's right. Matthew was doing some
do we step on
JDM
his toes?
unboxing. Did you redirect everybody to us? Daniel T. Blockett Sr. 45 people for an 11 o'clock stream ain't too bad, I guess.
No.
To the people watching the replay tomorrow.
Yeah.
How many? So we fished now, I guess, 16 hours.
Mm-hmm.
How many bass boats have we seen?
Those the little
The two guys,
yeah, the two guys
with the 9.9 like
trolling motor.
they were bass fishing. I don't think it was a bass boat. They were the only people we saw bass fishing that I could say.
They weren't frogging, they were ratting.
Yeah,
You could look at them and you're like, they're ratters.
yeah. But so counting that one, we were the only bass boat you saw.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Although the guys on the dock, I guess they must bass fish a little bit. He was the big lake coach for the big lake high school team, but it was definitely a walleye boat.
Yeah. Hella had to
I dropped off some
signed a baseball card for him. Gave him a sticker.
He's like, HellaBass! And then he's like, in your video, you caught a 6-pounder under my dock right here.
Like, yes, I did, right there.
That was funny.
Who else?
What else was interesting today?
Not getting a bite in the last hour was
wild. we didn't really catch much the last 4 or 5 hours. We were more scouting.
Where are we going walleye fishing?
Yeah, we're going smallmouth and walleye fishing tomorrow.
I tried to keep my eye on the walleye guys today, but they didn't seem like they were very active.
Yeah, I don't know. They're just not dragging.
Bob, there wasn't much spinnerbait water, man. You would have spent, like, I could have probably caught them on a spinnerbait, but like I said, you're just trying to get something that would land efficiently in a very small area of
the first 2 cranks you reel, or they didn't.
Yeah, and like
you'd probably want a light spinnerbait with probably I know you normally you throw a very thin trailer, if no trailer at all. You actually probably want a bulk trailer, so
to slow it down,
stall and hang there for a second, and then
it wasn't the bait. It was not the bait.
It was not the most efficient tool.
No. No, there wasn't. That's the thing. You couldn't force
this a lot of stuff. You gotta do what this lake.
You're right. You kind of have to. You're at the mercy of kind of the lake. You got to play to what it gives you.
We might have to do some offshore fishing. When AJ, because 3 in a boat trying to frog. I mean, we'll probably do it some just so AJ can get a few frog fish, but a 12-hour frog day with 3 people in the boat.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind flipping. He can frog the bank, and I'll just go flip stuff on the side of the boat.
The foot frogs, mainly the MVP was the natural brown.
It's superhuman
pro bronze 65. I probably caught 10 or 12 fish on it coming into the day. That thing lasted all 14 hours and caught by far the majority of the fish. The weight's still in there.
Yeah, the thing about the weight is the weight came out 10 times, but it always went back inside the frog, so you could put it back in. And I lost 2 weights, I think, on my mortal frogs.
Yeah,
and this brownie just kept living, dude.
Yeah, I lost the weight. Yeah, I tried a Northland frog, and my hookups were not great, and I lost the weight out of that pretty quick.
I had the toad thumper.
Yeah, you caught
lost the weight out of
1 or 2 fish, missed a couple, lost the weight. The Spro flapping frog, the new version. So the new version, they fixed the weight issue on the new Spro flapping frogs, and that one was actually pretty good until I broke it off on a fish. That one was doing some work. So those were the 2 MVPs. That was black Spro flapping frog, and then the natural brown Spro 65 were the 2 MVPs. The rest were.
But if you came out here with a purple frog, I think you'd be okay. I still think you get some.
But you want a durable frog because, it's going to get bit.
Yeah, it needs to hold up.
What's
swimming worm?
The difference between a rat and a frog?
The difference between a rat and a frog? I think it's just a lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, I think the old rats, technically, right? They were like a little mouse bait.
Yeah,
Not a rat, a frog, a hollow body. Yeah, they're all the same, I guess. Um,
I think it's more about the individual.
yeah, his reference earlier was more about the lifestyle of the people fishing.
Well, I
He's
think
profiling some young individuals.
I mean I consider myself a ratter.
Yeah,
I feel like a frogger is not like a real frogger. A ratter rat when nobody else is frogging, and they're like up there in the dirt.
were
Ratting.
we ratting or frogging today?
We're ratting.
Okay, we were ratting today.
We were ratting.
Oh my gosh. What fantasy world do you live in, Brandon?
Maybe if you threw a big Zoom frog, you could have caught some bigger ones. Bigger than what, dude?
Yeah, we only caught 5-pounders.
I don't think that would have been worth.
They were skinny fives.
Yeah. No.
Post spawn.
No, that's. I mean,
Well, AJ says the live target will enter the gauntlet. Slightly bigger frog.
I don't think it would have made a difference.
I think the thing is like the compact frog, you can present it and skip it because so we were at least half the fish we caught we were skipping under overhangs. So like a big like a mondo frog would be hard to present.
It wasn't a bait thing; it was a presentation thing.
But I mean, you
just had to get your bait in front of that fish,
right? But like to get like I mean a live target would be fine, but like to get like a true like a Spro bronzeye king daddy or like a big like you'd spook more fish probably then because you'd go crashing in there. I don't know.
I mean, if you feel like you could throw it more accurately and farther, it would probably be a good option. But if you're trying to throw like a little baby, like the little smaller size bronza, you probably wouldn't have caught as many fish just because you couldn't put it in the right spot, or a bigger one. Like I feel like you just needed to have the right size frog that you could put it where you needed to put it.
Yeah.
And it had to have some weight to it. Like you needed weight to be able to get it through a lot of
because a lot of times we were like sitting outside of a mat because we couldn't like go through the mat.
Right.
So we were like making long underhand like skipping casts. I don't know. Never been to Traverse. It doesn't sound like it, but I think I'm going to do a standalone video about Traverse tomorrow.
Scum frog would have been good, like
Popping frog would have been good too. Like
or a. I was thinking when we first started, I was like, dude, I wish I'd have brought a Bobby's Perfect because a Bobby's Perfect.
But actually, a
is
popping
heavy.
frog would have probably caught more of that slime and crap. So you actually would have been probably spending more time like
The Toad Thumper has that kind of weird shaped front, and when I would, it wasn't as bad walking it, but when you would reel it in, it would grab scum on the way in, and that got annoying.
Speaking of things that we haven't talked about, how do you feel about cottonwood?
Oh, that's that's interesting stuff. I'd never really dealt with it in the volume we had today, but it was a love-hate relationship
because it seemed like our best bites was when the cottonwood was falling heavy, and it was just a battle.
It was, and it was like
we spent half our time casting and half our time chewing cottonwood off.
That's the only way you get it
so that we wouldn't constantly like the dogwood or the cottonwood or that white crap that it's snow in July. So that's exactly what I said. It's like you didn't. I bet you didn't think it was gonna be snowing because literally at times it looked like it was snowing. It was just like shh.
The weird thing about it was that it was right when we were like rolling. You know what I mean? Like we were casting good. We were like everything was like clicking.
We had figured out that TK was a lefty.
Yeah,
I was more right. So we'd like, okay, when we go up we're going up a Minnesota bank.
Right.
Put TK in the front.
And we flip flop on the other side. It was good. We were rolling. We were catching them. We were snatching them. And then the white death started hitting the water. And like
just like locking up.
Oh yeah, they were biting, and we would like have to we could.
Well, you lost like a 4.5 pounder.
Yeah, because my reel jammed up.
Yeah, just like you couldn't reel, it was just stuck with cottonwood, and you just
the fish bit. I stuck it, and I got like 5 cranks, and then like my whole like 4 guides filled up with white death, and the fish jumped off. But
remember that time when you switched to my braid reel?
Oh yeah, and threw it off,
and then like the very first fish you caught, like
I thought his rod exploded. I felt terrible. But we had made a reel switch. He's like, use this reel. It's like, okay. So we switched the reel and I screwed it. I thought I screwed it on. And I tied on a skinny dipper and threw it up on the bank. And it was a good one. It was 3.5 or so.
Yeah, you stuck him. You got him.
Yeah, I stuck him. And as soon as I stuck him, the reel just blows off. And I was like, and I thought
falling into the lake and like,
yeah, I thought the rod exploded. And I was like, damn, I might have hit that one too hard. And
he's like lighting it.
Yeah, and he was like, you put the reel on. I was like, yeah, I know, but damn, I thought I put it on.
And then he like got it back on makeshift, and he like wrapped it around the blank 3 times.
Yeah,
it was just like it wouldn't.
Yeah, it was like 4 wraps around the rod blank. But that fish got in the boat.
And then after cleaning all the crap off the boat, we went in. We went to Casey's and had a brisket slice.
Pizza, yeah.
Before I cooked T-bones on the grill tonight. And tomorrow we're gonna get up and chase smallies.
Yeah.
So that's the report. We may try to do another evening report. It might be public, might be members only tomorrow night. We'll see. But yeah, overall,
live from the
meeting expectations.
Live from the bar. That was awesome.
Minnesota is he's talking about July in the future, family vacations. What's your favorite part of Minnesota?
Waking up and not sweating. Cool weather.
Yeah, he wore his boots almost all day today.
Yeah, until I had to get in the water.
Pants pretty much all day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was stripping down, he was still like wearing his coat.
I was very comfortable. I don't know if it was because I was dehydrated and I wasn't sweating or what the problem was.
Because neither one of us peed all day.
Yeah. Because Rich was giving me droplets out of the streams running into the lake. That was my water supply.
I had one 16-ounce bottle of water in the boat.
Yeah.
That you drank.
That I drank.
I had my my jug, which is like a 60. I mean, I drank a gallon of water and I still feel like that wasn't even close to enough.
No, but there was like 6 bottles of ice water in there. So I thought we were good because that was his like ice. Well, then he was like, don't drink that. And I was like, why? And he's like, just don't. I don't know where that water's from.
I don't know where it's from, how old it is.
I was like, is it from a lake? And he's like, no, but
maybe
don't drink it. And I was like, all right. So we had Pepsi and Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Puffy jacket in George tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. It was cool this morning. Very, very cool.
Gotta add some electrolytes to your water.
Yeah, I wish we had some of those. They didn't have any at Casey's, so no electrolytes for us.
There's no electrolytes and pizza?
Yeah, they're probably something in that sauce on the brisket pizza.
Yeah, so tomorrow, I don't know. Hoping that we can like catch them on reaction baits, like jerk baits, crank baits, moving baits.
I'm gonna try to stay away from the troubles.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You worried about like
yeah, I don't want one in my hand.
You worried smallies are gonna get like too crazy?
Yeah, too wild. Get them in the boat and they'll still be green.
Do I need to like get you like a K-Tech with a jig head?
Probably. I think that would be good.
Although you did throw a Ned rig today. And what did you say about my rod?
I thought it felt great. Like it was a nice feeling combo. Had a Stratic on there with a Dobbins. It was a good feeling. Like I told Hell, I said, if I'm going to do this, it's a good combo to do it with. Feels nice. Only problem is reel handle was on the other side, but I fixed that. Somehow I knew how to put the handle on the other side.
Get drip drops to keep on the boat. I don't know.
What are those?
I don't know. What are drip drops? So he said he kind of wants to catch a few small spinning rod tomorrow.
I think so. The rumor was there wasn't like monster smallmouths on this place. So if they're not huge and they're not going to like whip me, I would like to have probably a spinner pole for, sporting purposes.
Gonna catch them on a Ned tomorrow.
I mean, I might break out the ultralight.
I do have the ultralights in the boat.
That'll be fun.
We might. I got a fillet knife. We got peanut oil. Got shore lunch. So if we catch some walleyes, or if we just like, it's supposed to be like this lake's supposed to be full of smallies. So if we catch a bunch of like 12, 13 inchers, we might smallmouth shoreline.
Knock a head off a smallmouth. Why not?
Selective harvest. Do our part.
Yeah. Got my Minnesota
Catch
license.
if we get some decent pike out of some clean water, we could knock the heads off some pike.
I don't know how to clean those, but we can Google it.
I can do it.
You do it?
Yeah.
All right, we're good then.
I'll teach you.
There we go. That'd be even better.
What else? Yeah.
Tennessee Bassmaster, if we threw bellows gills, we would have to refinance our homes, bro.
I do have bellows gills in the boat.
You can't afford them for the fish you'd go through. If you fished a bellows gill all day, how many bellows gills do you think you would went through?
I mean, if you presented it,
just casting it the way you would need to cast it,
you probably
ripping them off the hook.
Oh man,
4 for $9, dude. You would have went through $300 in the first like 5 hours.
It would be at least $100 in bellows gills.
Oh, at least,
because like you'd probably
cast them off.
Oh, you'd lose some. That's
they rip when you're just fishing.
That's the beauty of the frog, right? Like,
yeah, you have to be selective.
The natural red bronzeye.
Yeah, you didn't have to worry
full
about
price, 11, 12, 13, I mean, right? I mean, obviously you guys would use the code from Omnia. Last day for the June code, by the way.
Add it.
Tomorrow the new code. So if you want to get yourself a Spro bronzeye and save some money, but that bro caught 20, 30 fish today.
Still riding strong.
So we're down to like 50 cents per fish, whereas like
and he really didn't
we'd be paying $5 for every fish we caught on a bellows gill.
Yeah, they get pricey.
Bellows gill, Schmellows gill, stick with the fluke.
The fluke worked good. I'm not typically a fluke guy because back home it just gets you little bites, but we were just going for bites.
Stop by the Linder's Homestead for a shoreline. I don't know.
I have been trying to tap into my.
It's not. I don't know. Is the code still good right now? I don't know. If not, switch it to JUL tomorrow. Oh, I mean, if I had like a strong partnership with the hookup tackle like Matthew did, where I got discounts and got freebies and that kind of stuff with a strong partnership,
you would
at the hookup tackle,
be
then then
pitching around a bellows gill.
Yeah,
nobody's got time for that. You'd spend too much time.
No, tomorrow we'll probably throw some like K-Tech swim baits. Depending how rocky it is, maybe a Carolina rig. Maybe some Neds, maybe some tubes, maybe some Senkos on like a jig head,
jerking, spooking.
Yeah, top water. Ideally, I'd like to catch them on a jerk bait and a walking bait.
That'd be fun.
Oh, walking baits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it Christmas? It did snow today.
It did.
It did snow today.
Christmas in June, July.
These are not going to show up.
No.
Amazing on this budget webcam.
The man's got some freshies. About killed us on the ride over here.
They were off gassing.
Yeah. I opened the box and they were still gassing off, and it was potent.
Yeah, they all just look white on this camera, so I'll have to post some pictures later. But just know that they're
Gator. I fished the ring hook today.
Yeah,
I don't know if it did anything or
you didn't lose any.
No.
So here's a classic TK line today. Oh yeah, Hella. Do you got any non-owner hooks? Why is that? It's ripping up my plastics too much. I mean, I am catching them all. So
they are all hooked insanely well, but I kind of want my worms to
last longer.
Yeah, to not break as much. He's like, okay, I can find something. So that's when I switched to the ringed super line.
He was complaining that he was burning through too much. Back to the I went through $100 and I went through. I caught 20 fish and went through 6 speed worm.
Yeah, stupid ass owner hooks. They worked good though. They were just killing my worms. But it wasn't. I will say it wasn't. I wasn't as worried about the losing the worms. It was if you would cast it and the slightest bit of something went wrong on your cast, the hook would pop out.
And then you catch weeds.
And then you catch weeds.
And then you're not catching a fish.
Right. So, I mean, I feel like that's a good tip for anybody that's like trying.
We were basically huffing. So we basically had Casey, we were huffing baits and then got the munchies and we were eating Casey's pizza.
Pretty much how it went down.
I did get to see the popper in person today. It's a little more substantial. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, I just think it'd be much lighter to bring that bag home now.
I'm missing
a lot less.
I'm missing some
lot less bitters. The little swimmers,
fake skinny dipper.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't really added anything to your bag.
Mm-mm.
I mean, you won't have pretzels.
Yeah,
a few less baits.
Will be gone.
Still have all your tea.
Yeah, I didn't pick anything up from the tackle store tonight. No. Shout out whoever that one, Anders. Artie's. That's a nice store. The gentleman was very nice, friendly.
Yeah. If you're watching, shout out to you. Giving us the spilling the tea.
Yeah.
On Travers.
Yeah. If you have any guests come in the shop and need a report, send them to this video. Hella just laid it all out. I can
guess who just put a megabass whip snake in their cart. I'm guessing you and SJ Fisher, South Jersey Fisherman both. Oh, well, it is 11:30. I don't know what. There isn't much more to talk about from the trip. Should we just bring the laptop down to the refuge? Just start interviewing locals at the refuge about what they think of PigStone perch fishing. And
yeah, these folks up here are hardcore.
Junco just worked Eastern, so it goes off Central Time. There you go.
They're hardcore about their perching and walleye.
TK was pretty much shocked how few other boats were on the lake.
Well, the thing about it is,
how many trailers were at the ramp when we launched this morning?
One?
Other than us?
I don't remember.
I think it was just us.
I was kind of delirious this morning, so I don't remember.
And how many were there when we came in? Two, and one was a pontoon.
Yeah. And I think they had just launched.
And not a lot of other boats fishing today. I mean, decent. I mean, there's some, but not. The pleasure boaters did pick up at about 6 o'clock, 5, 6, 7 o'clock once we started coming back down the lake.
Yeah.
But did you see anybody else catch a fish today?
Not that I can think of.
How about that one old boy? I catch a drum.
Oh, yeah.
You were bass fishing. Like 2 casts later, I catch like a 4-pounder. Yeah. I'm like,
yeah, Hella catches a drum, and this smart ass in this little boat says, I thought y'all was bass.
And I was like, you guys catching them? He's like, oh, I got one bluegill.
Yeah, I said bluegill.
Been here for 2 hours. I got one bluegill
with the anchor out. I thought y'all were bass fishing. Hey, funny guy. Check this thing out.
Brian wants more thoughts on Minnesota. So you said it's not 100 degrees and 80% humidity. The weather's great.
Terrain wasn't exactly what I was expecting.
He was expecting more northern Minnesota. He thought it was going to be like Northwoods, like pine trees.
Kind of like that.
We went the wrong direction for that.
But besides that, it's been really nice. All the people have been friendly. Besides their insane passion for panfish and walleye that I cannot make myself understand. Like all the people that live on this lake, you would think somebody would be like, yo, dude, put the walleye stick down. Let's go catch some of these bass. And they're like, nah.
Yeah.
They're like, nah, I'm good. It's like, come on, get this frog and some braid, and we're going to go like frog these things. Nah. I'd rather sit out here in the middle in my deep V Lund and bake my brains and just like stroll. I feel like we had more fun than anybody on the lake. That's just me.
Unless they were doing some stuff, maybe not fish. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. But
Uh,
the guys I saw,
mayflies, I maybe saw a couple today, not many.
all guys are committed. They are dedicated, and I mean, it's commendable. But the difference is if it was like a world class walleye fishery and the bass fishing sucked, I can understand not wanting to go bass
This
fishing.
used to be a world class walleye fishery. Now it's just an okay walleye fishery.
But it's a real good bass fishing hole.
The hover rig, I think, is really good for pressured fish. It's something like if you're like to the point where you have to drop shot and Ned rig to get bites because it's a pressured bite or a bad bite, I think the hover rig is definitely worth mixing in.
You gonna show me that tomorrow?
We could throw the hover rig tomorrow. That's not a bad idea. The jet skiers, there was a little squadron of jet skiers.
Yeah,
they were tonight. They were
kind of annoying, but they always are.
But it was even like surprising how few wakes even affected us when we were shore fishing today.
No, we had a couple. We were really spoiled. Where I was, you get one wake. Hell, where'd you bring me? That was part of my entertainment for the day. Anytime one little thing would happen.
Oh my gosh!
Like, God, hell, what kind of lake is this?
So busy.
So busy. There was somebody like cutting their grass. I'm like, what kind of animals live on this lake?
Them people were trying to fish here. Yeah. Why are you weed whipping your yard? I'm trying to fish here.
Hell, did you see that asshole? Like, what? Like, that guy driving down the lake.
Look at that. There's like a 6-inch wake there.
Yeah, there's like a boat that just came by with a 9.9. He disturbed our water. Get him out of here. Get out of here, walleye man. When the jet skis aren't bad to me because they throw little wakes.
So when you're fishing offshore, which we were definitely not fishing offshore today, on some of our lakes, they like literally just will drive by you like a short pitch from your boat.
Yeah,
that's
the only thing that any kind of, it doesn't matter if you're in a bass boat or any kind of boat, pontoon. It's just the people that cruise at like quarter throttle and just plow and send like barge wakes. Yeah. And I mean, it's just, I don't know. I've never understood it.
No dock incidents other than get hung up on a couple.
Yeah.
There was one guy, I think tonight, he was waiting for us to like
hit his dock.
He was like up there on the deck, like getting his shirt on and like getting ready to like walk down. But yeah, nothing.
No problems. I didn't even throw over there. Yes, these are 5 strong, so you got super pounds of plastic.
We're maybe trying to think about getting to bed before midnight tonight, though.
I mean, I feel like I'm running on some weird other gear.
Yeah. Well, I suppose like.
No, I think it's. I can't
just log off because TK's here, so we have to like say goodbye.
Oh yeah,
for like 10 minutes.
I should have started that 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, so no, we have not made a visor because we did not get a 5-pound smallie. You got a 5-pound largie, but
yeah,
he said if you got a 5-pound smallie, we could turn that into a visor.
You can and keep it.
Probably got to wait till what? Can't you just put it in the shop?
I mean, I could. I can hang it up as a memento.
Yeah. Then people ask you like, "Oh yeah,
what happened to your hat?"
Got a big smallie.
This famous Minnesota angler trimmed it for me.
What is Arsenal? What do you think of the Arsenal braid scissors?
They were nice. They were nice.
Not just blowing smoke.
No, they're good scissors. They cut braid very well. A couple times we had to cut it.
Dobbins rods versus Powell. Do you feel like they were similar? Like, was it a big adjustment for you?
They felt great. My only problem is the
Daiwa reels.
Yeah, those. But besides that, the only thing that threw me off is that some were straight grip, mixing between straight grip and
full versus split.
Right.
Are you all full or are you all split? I don't know.
All split.
Okay.
That took a little bit of adjusting, but not really, because I didn't throw anything like
maybe
long enough.
You definitely got to throw the snag with Sally tomorrow.
Probably should.
Like, it's not.
I could have thrown it today.
Yeah.
If we go back with AJ, I'll throw that. I forgot about it, honestly. That would probably work.
Old Corrados, as in like I was throwing an E7 today.
Yeah, so in the
I don't know that I feel like I've weeded out. There might be on my cranking rod. It might have
a 200.
a Corrado Bantam B5 Super Free on one of my cranking rods.
Oh wow!
Do you want some of that action? Throw that around tomorrow a little bit.
I know I'm not going to break it.
Uh,
Corrado K. I thought one of those I was throwing was a Corrado K.
I don't.
No,
Maybe yesterday.
maybe.
I have that on my like 3 pot. We might throw the Corrado. No. Oh wait, yeah, that cranking rod. So yesterday, that cranking rod, the one that had the rat brain on it was a Corrado K. No, I didn't. No, that was an MGL, Corrado MGL.
I did use a Daiwa for the most part of the day, and then Hella took it back and gave me a Corrado, and it did feel more comfortable in my hand. But I kind of after a while I got used to the Daiwas.
Did you like the Coastal, the blue reel?
Yeah, they felt pretty good. The only thing I didn't that weirded me out was the weird jaw level wind system. The paw.
T-wing.
Yeah, that was odd. I didn't like that.
I can't tell. Does the T-wing? I don't think that. I noticed no measurable difference between the T-wing and the old style level wine when it comes to the cottonwood, dogwood shit.
No,
they both jammed equally.
They
Equal
did.
Opportunity offenders.
I feel like the open mouth one would eat the cottonwood better, but then it would come out like worse. So I don't know if it was better or worse.
It would like flip forward.
Yeah,
and
then it would jam up inside it. So I don't know that it was better or worse. I just saw like when I was watching it do that, I was like, that seems like that would be just asking for something to break, like something else to break that wouldn't normally break. Another moving part, but the reel casted real good. I felt like it had a lot of power. It didn't feel like flimsy. But yeah, it was,
so I know like a month or two ago, TK claimed not to be a slack liner. He had some pent up energy last night. Yeah, he was a slack liner last night.
It was aggressive.
He was giving those smallies the onions, the mustard, the pickles,
and they were small. I shouldn't have hammered them that hard. I shouldn't have hammered them. I needed to save that for today because you could hammer them fish today. You had to.
Yeah.
But
like I said, about a 9 out of 10 success on frog bites. The
other thing you have to understand is like throwing like something like a fluke or like when I swim a worm at home, I'm swimming it on mono. So you got to swing for that. And with your stuff, I didn't need to do that, but I was like,
you didn't really use my mono rods that much.
No, I was using fluoro on the fluke.
Most of my mono is on movement baits, like crankbaits and jerk baits and chatterbait.
But today we got everything got adjusted and used to actually bass fishing again.
That's why you slacklined that first one on the reel pop.
Oh yeah, I hammered his ass. He got it. But yeah, it took it. I feel like it took me half the day to get like comfortable again, to where I felt like I was a bass fisherman.
No issues running all tracks.
No. Besides lifting it out of the water and pulling all the stuff off of it, and the extra 50 pounds of.
I really should have went in the back. I could have just got that wrench out of the back. We could have took the 360 and laid it on the deck. That would have made it a lot easier.
It's a lot. I didn't think it like because I was sitting on the back watching Rich pull the trolling motor up, and I was like, man, nothing to this. And then it filled up full of weeds, and he put me up there, and I started dragging that thing up. And I'm like, dude, this thing weighs like 100 pounds. Take all this crap off. Because you had to pull weeds off of the foot of the trolling motor and the 360, and then you had the transducer flopping around up there. So it adds a shocking amount of weight. Shocking amount of weight. I was surprised. Regal spinning.
Yeah, we're making Jim Moynihan a fortune right now.
Yeah, I've been over here watching all these. Like last night, I watched Minnetonka videos in bed, like old Bassmaster Minnetonka videos. Now I'm watching Jim Moyna. I'm trying to take all this Minnesota stuff in and become one with
It's Jim Moyna.
with the land. Yeah. I'm gonna be like a Jim Moyna fanboy when I get done with this trip.
Yeah. If somebody logs onto this YouTube TV, they only will be recommending them Jim Moyna bass fishing.
Yeah.
Do you think I'll still show you that one video?
Probably. There's a little hiney in one of these videos that they
Thumbnail.
keep.
Somehow it's got 2.4 million views.
Yeah. We looked up some lake video, and the first one that popped up was not the lake we were looking for. It was a hiney. One of those fish with him in Denny's tournaments. With Jim? Yeah, we've been listening. I watched his 40-minute all-terrain documentary on Minnetonka. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. We're halfway through all of his channel videos right now. We're trying to get him a little cash flow. Hella wouldn't let me skip his ads on his videos last night. We were watching one of his videos from up here. He was like, "Don't you skip that ad?" And I was like, "Sorry, we'll watch it." The Capra Boys, are they hammers?
Yeah, that was Ted. Ted was the guy in that video in the documentary, the older guy.
Oh, he was talking about him. Yeah. Were these the one that fished deep first? Was that
maybe?
Yeah, he was talking about this. I think he was talking about them as they were on the cutting edge of figuring out the deep bite on.
They had a thing where they
Minnetonka.
throw mag wigglewurts and rip it through the milfoil on braid.
Really?
Yeah.
Still? Or is that like
maybe
an old thing?
Like, I'm sure they still do it, but it's not like dominant. At one point, that was like they unlocked a new pile of fish.
That's awesome. What time of year was that?
I don't know. I told you I'm not a big Tonka guy.
You gotta brush up on your history. Maybe I'll just call Jim. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'll call Jim and ask him.
You should have him on the stream.
Mm-hmm.
You got StreamYard. You have start doing guests.
Yeah,
Camper
was.
Oh, you got campers with Jim Moyna?
That'd be sweet. Jim, I'm from Alabama. I went up to your state. It's awesome. Tell me about it. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I set the hook on these fish and the reels fly off. How do I fix that? Tighten them down.
Is there anything surprising about me after spending a day and a half?
You?
Yeah. Didn't expect different.
Not really. I'm trying to think.
A much bigger hack than you expected on the water.
Yeah.
Can't find his own fish. Following everybody else around.
Pretty much. I'm trying to think. No, nothing comes to mind. Your Diet Mountain Dew habit's pretty fierce. That's about it. Got any more water? No. Why? 30 Mountain Dews in here. You're good.
You didn't even touch your Orange Crush.
I know. I forgot about it. Because I kept seeing those waterfalls, and I was like, let me suckle from that waterfall for just a second and wet my whistle. Just drink a Dew. I asked Hella, I was looking in the cooler. I said, "Are you out of Dews?" And he was like, "I have one left." And I was like, "Is that when it's time to go home?" And he's like, "Nah, I don't think so." But I'll give it to him. You did not put it on the trailer after the last Dew was sipped. I don't think. Is there still that one still left? Or
no? I said that was the last one.
That was
there was not one more. I think I finished the last Dew at about 5:30, and we put it on the trailer at 8:15.
Yeah.
I had one Dew with breakfast, and I think I drank 3 in the boat today. So an entire gallon of water.
I thought you drank like a 6-pack. Seemed like it.
Always embellishing.
Duct tape and baling wire attached that reel. I probably should have. But it stayed on after that. It was good.
I think he was just excited.
I was fired up.
He's like, I'm gonna swim my worm. I'm gonna
show Hella's ass what's up. That was a good start. It was a good start, but it didn't. It was weird this morning. It was One here, one there, and
I
then
got to remember where is that stretch because I feel like I caught 3-4 pounders and not that long of a stretch.
it was behind that. Which
Was it after we talked to Tom? Yeah. Once we got past Tom's dock.
I caught that one on the point.
They weren't fast and furious, but
that one stretch that had on the docks.
yeah,
that was one on either end.
Well, no, I'm saying like because I caught like 3 or when I finally was like, you got to go up front.
Oh yeah,
that was after we talked to Tom, right?
Oh yeah, that was the next pocket up.
Like that's
because you caught that one reeling the worm and he blasted it right at the boat, and then you went to the dock at the end and caught it by that boulder, and that was another big one.
Yeah,
and then you had the one before that on that other point.
Yeah, I have to revisit that stretch.
Yeah, that one was. There wasn't a lot of bites there, but if you got a bite, it was a damn big one. It was a big one. Yeah, that was a good little juice hole. I feel like that section of the lake was firing. It was like
Yeah,
it was
so
like
it's
the Magic Mile.
So there's like
on Gunner's
there's
Hole.
waves of section of the lake where like the pondweed and disgusting spring weeds are in different phases. Whereas like the bottom lake, they're full blown, topped out, healthy, vibrant.
Yeah.
And then you get in the middle section, it's starting to drop a little bit, and then you go up a little further, and then it's matting and cheesing, and it's hard to get around. But there are some fish in that section, and then you get above that, it's died off, and it looks like a sewage plant.
Yeah,
and it's like death, and it's like
Nucor up there.
yeah, bright blue, green, white algae on top of the water.
Yeah, that was weird, like turquoise foam, and like
The water was like
yeah, it was weird. It's like I don't know what's going on up here, but it doesn't look healthy. Will you be making videos with all this?
There's gonna be at least one video is gonna be kind of like a vlog with a little bit of fishing of just the whole trip, and I think I'm gonna make a standalone video for Travers tomorrow. It's like that's planned. 2 videos from this trip.
And he's going to do a highlight reel of every time I got hung today.
It's a lot.
Just not that many. Every time I
co-anglers,
freaking co-anglers. The problem is you have to cast in places where your boat can't get.
Yeah, actually, once you went to the frog, it got way better. But he kept on putting his swim worm up in the rocks.
Yeah, and they get wedged. And I was like, damn it. Because I mean, I don't throw around rocks. I don't ever fish rocks.
Yeah, don't drink the turquoise water, AJ says. Does it just give you the runs, or do you like hallucinate?
Yeah, what happens?
Is it like a trip? Like, do you like start to see like weird things and like dragons on the water and like?
Yeah. Like hella.
Feels so good.
I don't want to catch dragons, bro.
I thought we were bass fishing. Mine's are a pink dragon.
Yeah.
Eat my frog.
I don't want to catch dragons anymore. Like, what happened to you? I drank your ice water from the cooler.
The problem is I can't tell him to break it off because he's using my tackle.
Yeah. So that's the great thing about using his stuff. He's like, all right, we'll go get that. We'll go get that tungsten, that true tungsten from my team days.
And also, some of the deep discounts on Gander Mountain went out.
Oh, that was a good move.
No swamp dragons today.
No.
I feel like they got to live here, but I don't know that I've ever caught one in this. Not that I can remember. Maybe I have. You'd think they'd be more prevalent in the water we were fishing.
It looks very
like you figure like you catch one or two easy.
It's very swamp dragony water. But I don't know.
We saw one little pike today and one monster pike.
Yeah,
a couple drum. Saw a few bluegills. A lot of bass. What's up, Nick?
Lots of bass. Lots of bass. It's mind-boggling that there's no smallmouth here.
There are a few.
I mean, basically none.
They're like 1 or 2 get weighed in tournaments a year.
That's weird.
And they're like, if you bring a smallmouth in this lake,
I gotta call Moyna and talk to him about that.
You're getting your teeth kicked anyway. Smallmouth in this lake, because like a 3-pound smallmouth is like a giant.
Yeah,
and that's usually not allowed to bring a 3-pound in there. This like you're not gonna win if you bring a 3-pounder in.
No. I was hesitant with braid when it came out.
Yeah, I used to frog with 25 and 30 pounds. Silver thread AN40.
Yeah, we used to
and Cajun Lightning red.
use 20-pound big game.
I love the way that like back in the old days when you'd like frog and you'd like and it'd be in a mat and it would just like load up and then like a rubber band thing fish would pop.
Yeah.
Bung! Like a rocket up. And then it would like he'd get slack and he'd lose it.
Yeah, they'd be done. You just had to crank as fast as you humanly possible. Point the rod at him and
just go Buddy Gross on him.
Pretty much. I had to do that a couple times today. Just point the rod straight at him and just grind.
It's surprising how much crap they would pick up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, both our big ones came with piles of man.
Yeah, he'll lip my big one. It was
just like I talking here. I'll lip my big fish for me. I lipped that one for TK.
It was very kind of him.
Sweet. I probably got a few TK fish and see here. Photo 1, Exhibit A. Then we can tell, but that's the TK.
Oh, you may take a picture.
Rod throwing a Ned rig. Filthy netter. Barefoot. Look at that. He's like turning to Aaron Martin.
Yeah.
Barefoot with a spinning rod throwing a Ned rig.
At least I was barefoot in the picture.
There's this 5.1 pounder. That doesn't show up that great.
They were pretty nice specimens.
I'm not sure what there's TK's picture of me. I don't know.
It's just the floor. Like hell had an 8, and he was like, "Take a picture of this." I was like, "Okay." Took a picture of his feet.
Shy of 5 pounder. You can't really
there it is.
He's in there. But yeah. And there's his PB Smalley.
Yeah, big Smalley.
Long arm in it, like a boss.
Want to make it look?
No, you can see the jorts.
No, yeah, probably not. You can't. You
can
see the rags.
Yeah, like,
you can see those rags.
Yeah. You can get a little glimpse at the brisket pizza there.
I didn't take a picture of that. I took a picture of a fish.
There's the brisket pizza. It doesn't really show up that well. So the brisket pizza has like jalapenos on it, like a onion, like a purple sweet onion, a brisket, a little bit of white, like sauce. A regular barbecue, and I think maybe like a white barbecue sauce. I'm not sure.
I don't know what it was.
Nectar, some kind of cheese. Do I have the video? What video?
Dude's got a highlight reel of frogfish getting flipped over the boat.
Yeah,
I can guarantee that. I hope.
No.
I hope it
your big one that I screwed up though.
Yeah, I think so. But the catch should be on there, right?
I don't know. That's part of the
he sabotaged me.
Part of the sunstroke.
We put it on the scale and it was bigger than his, and he said, "No, picture mode." Yeah, let's take a video of this one. Hey.
Yeah, TK's camo boots. Yeah. That was most. You'll definitely see camo boots in the videos. He wore it most of the day.
Oh yeah. They're comfy. I was on the back where the deck's not padded. Just the front is padded. He doesn't have padded co-angler area.
Pedestal in tomorrow if you rest up.
We'll rest my weary feet.
Dragging for smallies and walleyes. Yeah, you might need to. If you're gonna go full spinning rod, you might need a butt seat to kind of lean up against.
I don't know. I might fall asleep.
I might just sit in the passenger seat, just kind of.
I like that. I did have a bite sitting down today. That was fun. But you said that was a pike. The one that blasted your frog, and I was sitting there on the phone
with lovely Amy.
Yeah, and I whizzed a cast off the.
It went crazy for my frog and missed it, and then it went for your swimmer and missed it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of what that other pike did, if you think about it.
Yeah,
I don't know. Either that, it was like delirious because it ate some of the blue slime.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was smoking that slime up there.
Feet pics. Yeah, he was taking the feet pics.
It would be easy to fall off the front of Hella's boat. There's a lot going on up there. You have to tiptoe.
Can you put some of these rods away?
Can you take your 360 off? Can you take this transducer off? Can we get rid of these 2 graphs?
He does like the Raptors, though.
The Raptors are nice. The Raptors were very nice. They did
It
everything.
came in handy when we were getting all those
The only-
swimming worms out of the rocks.
The only thing that was really weird to me about like the Raptors was every time he would put them down and the spikes would hit, it sounded like his lower unit and the bottom of his boat was dragging on a rock.
Hence the big stone.
Right.
Rock in the bottom here.
But I kept thinking it was your boat, and I was like, ooh.
That's so much the back boat like.
Yeah, and then
when you lift him up, it's like you sink. Like,
yeah, and then I realized I was like, oh, that's not his boat. That's the poles hitting. And but I cringed every time because I thought his boat was dragging on a big boulder, but it wasn't fiberglass.
No rocks were hitting.
No.
Although he did back my motor into a dock today when he was up front.
I don't know what you were doing back there. I thought Hella was on watch. And he's like, oh, we're on the dock. I was like, oh, my bad.
We were like backed into the stall.
Oh, yeah, you were like in the...
I was like touching the motor, touching the... Yeah.
It was in there. Stupid ass docks. They did have, I will say these docks up here have some tricky little angle iron on them.
Very common. That's the meta up here.
Yeah, that you gotta watch
very
yourself.
Few fish were caught on docks today.
No, we didn't. That one
I
big one,
like it's weird. They don't. And I can't. That one big one that I caught was like maybe it was the dock, maybe it was from the grass, maybe you followed it out. I don't know.
I don't know where that fish was because he was like,
but he
not
came
like
hard.
Yeah, that was probably the best bite all day.
I don't know.
You don't think?
Well, you had that one.
I had that one on that point later in the afternoon. That was real good.
Yeah, there was a lot of good bites today.
Yeah,
they were.
But there was a lot of unassuming bites too that were very weak that turned out to be big fish.
Yeah.
Like the 5 I caught, if you would have seen the bite, you would have never been like, damn, that was a 5-pounder.
Until it came up.
Until it came up. Yeah.
Actually, one of the best bites I had today, he missed my frog.
Yeah, that was behemoth. That was a big one.
That thing came full. Ooh.
Yeah.
One of the few that missed.
Talking about Gamma line?
They're having side chats.
Oh, yeah. I love Gamma. It's too expensive, though.
Gamma's big. Like you do line diameter. It's
that's probably why I like it.
It's bigger than what it's like. They're 10 pounds, like everybody else is 8.
Yeah.
Like diameter wise.
That's probably right.
Nick, best 5. We didn't weigh. We only weighed our 2 biggest ones. But conservative 22. Maybe we touched 23.
I've still got. I just pulled from my mouth cotton. Cotton
in the cotton went up. He's like, "How do you get rid of this?" I was like, "I don't know. I just chewed off."
All right. Yeah, I just pulled a piece from my mouth. Ugh.
Feels good with T-bone. All right, it's midnight.
Oh wow.
I think we'll shut her down.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow night we get AJ on the couch.
Yeah.
This would just be like a painter dude orgy of like I'll just hell in the middle, surrounded by 2 painter guys. Maybe they'll be members only because I owe you guys a members. We'll see. It all depends on what time we get off the water, what time we get dinner ate, whether we go to the refuge or not.
Yeah.
And Saturday night's probably the night to go to the refuge, right? Like I don't want to roll in there. Sunday night's probably not the
we'll have to get our Uber on his golf.
Maybe the members only after the hitting up the refuge.
Dude, there's no way we have enough time to do all that. It'll be 3 a.m. and time to go again. I'm getting daylight.
But maybe I'll just stream from the boat when these guys in the boat. I'll
That'd
just
be
sit in the back of the boat and stream. We'll go to the magic tree and then just stream.
Yeah, just be like, here, just pitch here. AJ, they're here.
Yeah.
Do whatever you feel compelled to do.
Throw your Ned rig, AJ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to Traverse tomorrow. We're going to fish for smallies, Nick. All right. Thanks, everybody. I think this is pretty interesting. If you came in late, there's some good stories and some. I don't know if there's like immense fishing knowledge. Just a few nuggets.
If you're from up here, I certainly think.
Yeah.
Because I think you could take what we did today and do it at somewhere else.
Yeah, for sure. But like there's just the entertainment value.
Is there a compact jig bite? I mean, if you
last night I caught it. Actually, I caught a nice one on a jig last night.
if you probably wanted to, you could like if that was your thing, you could probably find one.
Yeah,
But
I think you'd want to throw a light jig with a kind of a bulky trailer, so it would like.
But I think you could have got out in some scattered stuff and maybe fish like mid.
We didn't try to fish offshore much. We might dabble on that because, like, if we keep burning down the same frog stretches with 3 people in the boat, it may not go well after 3 days.
So I don't know how many's there. I think we left a lot, but we caught a lot too. So the good thing is nobody else is out there snatching on them. So
only bass boat out there.
Doesn't matter. The 2 ratters, I don't think they killed the population. So whatever's out there is still out there.
I keep trying to say goodbye, and TK just keeps
his
flaps. Classic TK. All right. As always, here to help you catch more big bass.
And rest.
Suck less.
Suck less, yes.
Good night, everybody.
Suckles.